We got an update on the director of Blade being fired and or quitting the Marvel Studios project that he's been working on for well over a year. And it all comes down to internal fighting and disagreements with the actor. So if you guys missed it, and I don't see how, the latest director of Blade officially left the project. Now, as far as we know, the first director, Bassam Tariq, left over creative differences, and we had no further elaboration on what that meant. Now, the latest director, who took over ever since he left, again, just left the project or was fired. We don't got a full scope of it. But the Snyder, which is owned by Jeff Snyder, who's worked at reputable outlets, has an update for us. And it's a rather interesting one because from what he said is that everybody working with him on this film grew frustrated with the director and that they consider him to be a super talented man behind the camera, having some great ideas and what they were going to be doing. But the problem is that he's described as difficult to work with, and that there were multiple disagreements, arguments, and what can be described as fights over what direction Blade should go in, and that the director, the lead actor, Marvel Studios, the writer, they were all in massive disagreement, which kept resulting in arguments going back and forth, trying to figure out who's right, who's wrong, why they can do this, why they can't do that. Can they bring in a different writer to try to add in more elements? Do they scrap everything that was previously done, which we know is the case with multiple different drafts. So what we have here is more or less egos and people that don't get along, which is very interesting because this is exactly what happened with Blade Trinity. It's the exact same situation. The lead actor let it get to his head and he started method acting and not listening to everybody or anybody, not even the director. He didn't get along with the cast. The director didn't want to be there. The writer didn't want to be there. Kevin Feige, being early in his career, Kevin Feige saw things that were going on. I mean, it was just a disaster. It's kind of interesting that this keeps happening with Blade for whatever reason, that egos seem to just exponentially grow. But hopefully they can figure it out now, and my assumption is it's going to be a while. Let's just be clear about that one. It's going to be a long while.